Hello, and thank you so much for watching this presentation. Let's talk about how to ace your speaking test for the IELTS or the TOEIC, TOEIC. Do's and don'ts. These are tips and tricks to make the time you have more effective when you have to take a speaking test for whatever reasons. All right, let's get started. These are things that you do not want to say. When you are presented with an image or a graph, you are given approximately 45 seconds to look at that image or graph so that you can make sense of what is happening in it. And you are given an additional 45 seconds to speak about that image or graph. You do not want to waste time. You do not want to waste time saying things like, the image is very beautiful. That is not going to help your score. Do not say, the information is on the X and Y axis. You do not need to mention the X and Y axis. You just need to be very specific about the information that is presented to you. The image is very informative. Do not say that. I think my time is up. Definitely do not say anything about, I don't know what else to say. I think my time is up. I think that's all there is to say. Do not say any of those fillers like that because you're counting against your time. You need to just specifically talk about the image or the graph and the data that is being presented. We'll give you an example in just a moment. Also, do not talk about the amount is minimum and maximum. You must give a specific number that is either higher or lower, depending on the information in the image or graph. We'll give you an example coming up. I will start with the title. You don't need to say that. You can state the title of the image or the graph, but you don't need to say, I will start with the title. Do not say, to conclude, this is very useful, or this is very informative. And do not just describe the colors in the image or the graph. Now, in the example, you will see there are times when you should state the colors in the image or the graph, because that means you are being very specific. So what you want to do is to give information directly from what you see in a way that will increase your score, meaning you are being very descriptive, but you're also analyzing the data. So let's go ahead and look at the example. Let's say this is part of your speaking test. This is the image that you are presented with. The directions or the directives are only going to say, tell what you see in 45 seconds. This does not mean to simply describe the colors or the numbers. You don't want to say numbers are on the x-axis, text is on the y-axis. Do not waste time saying those things. This is what you want to notice about this image, and this is how you might want to, well, let me just tell you what you need to know about this image first. Right? This is information about students in the UK higher education from 2009 to 2010. You need to know how to say the numbers well in English. 0, 300,000, 600,000, 900,000, 1.2 million, 1.5 million. Make sure that you know how to say your numbers correctly in English. You also want to notice that this image is referring to college students. You see the words undergraduate and postgraduate. Plus, in the title, it is referring to higher education, which is college level. You do want to notice there is a total male population in dark blue or dark purple, and there is a total female population being presented in gold. Now look at the image. You do want to look at higher amounts and lower amounts. For undergraduate, and you also want to start in order. For undergraduate, there are approximately 1.1 million females enrolled and approximately 890,000 males. You could also say there are about 1.2 million females and about 900,000 males enrolled in undergraduate. You want to notice there are more female undergraduates than male undergraduates. Then you want to move and speak about postgraduate. There are approximately 300,000 female postgraduates and about 290,000 male graduates. They are almost about even. There are slightly more females than males, but the numbers are almost even, so that the amount of females is not that much more than amount of males enrolled in postgraduate. Lastly, you want to look at the totals. Overall, there are approximately 1.5 million females enrolled and approximately 1.2 million males. There are more females enrolled in higher education in the UK between 2009 and 2010 than males. So, when you have those 45 seconds to look at the image, to look at this image, you want to, one, notice the numbers, make sure you understand and that you can speak those numbers: 300,000, 600,000, 900,000, 1.2 million, 1.5 million. You understand that undergraduate and postgraduate refers to college students. Why? Because the title says students in UK higher education between 2009 and 2010. Overall, you want to notice that there are more females enrolled in undergraduate and postgraduate and more females overall. You also want to state that the total males are lower than females. But for postgraduates, male enrollment is almost even with female enrollment. If you say all of these things, you will probably get the maximum score possible if you mention these things. So, in 45 seconds, you don't have a lot of time, but you want to mention everything you can in this graph. Again, you want to analyze the data instead of just describing it. So let me see if I can put this together more cohesively for you and give you a sample response. When you hear that buzzer, here is what you can say. This chart gives information on students in the UK higher education between 2009 and 2010. Males are presented in dark purple, females are presented in gold. There are approximately 1.1 or 1.2 million females enrolled in undergraduates and about 800,000 or 900,000 males enrolled in undergraduates. There are more females than males in undergraduates. Postgraduates, there are about 300,000 females and about 290,000 males. For postgraduates, the males and females are almost even. Overall, there are more females enrolled than males, with about 1.5 million females overall and about 1.1 or 1.2 million males overall. That's all you got to say. So you have described the image, you have described the data, and you have given some analysis about it. Whenever you see an image or a graph, you need to provide some analysis, like we've demonstrated to you here. Analysis means when you say things like, there are more females than males, that's analysis. When you say Postgraduate enrollment is almost even between males and females. That's analysis. Overall, more females are enrolled than males. That's analysis. You always want to give specific numbers as well. Overall, there are 1.5 million females enrolled compared to only 1.2 million males. There are more females enrolled in the UK higher education system between 2009 and 2010. Okay, hopefully this has been helpful to you. If you need more about writing skills, English language, just head to my websites. Bankable Writing Skills Training, that is my specialty. Online writing skills courses for academic support and professional success with certificates of completion. Go to arhampton.com or onyxedonline.com. My courses are very affordable. My books and workbooks are very affordable. You are guaranteed to learn more than you know right now. So go ahead, head to my websites. Thank you so much for watching and happy learning.